We're going to talk to Buddy, who says he respects the Pope and was prompted to call via the poll. So let's have a talk to Buddy. How are you?
Yes.
Hey, Buddy, how are you?
Hey, how's it going, Richard?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing the best I can.
Good, good. So you tell us in your own words what it is you want to talk about.
Well, I joined the stream and I saw the poll and I voted on it. And I'm one of the few people that was like, yes, I do respect the new Pope's views. Even though I am an atheist and all of that, I just wanted to see how you guys feel about that.
Okay, so I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not familiar with the new Pope. I don't know what his views are. So if you could lay some of those out for me and give us what you think the best, not just the best example of his views are, but the best example of his putting his views into action and kind of influencing his flock to do the same. If you have an example of that.
Did we lose him?
Buddy, let me just, I think we may have had a couple of technical problems. Buddy, are you there?
Oh, goodness. I keep getting bounced back and forth between you and the call screen.
I apologize for that. I don't know what happened there. If you can give us an example, Buddy, of what you think the kind of the best of the Pope's views are, but not just his opinion on them, but how he's actually influenced his flock into acting in such a way that represents these views that you consider good.
My personal view is that the new Pope is going to have to do a transitional period between his papacy and the previous Pope. And that's going to be interesting to see how it goes, especially because what was his name? Francis?
Yeah, Francis.
Yeah.
I think. He was a very staunch supporter of progressive views, and I'm very interested to see how the new guy does, especially being an American-born or American native, quote-unquote, Pope. That's going to be interesting, but he has given enough pushback to stuff that I can't necessarily speak to knowing the nature of the channel. But I'm interested to see what he does and just like the nuance that he brings to it.
Yeah, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt at first, and hopefully he can solve some problems that the Catholic Church has. You know, rampant sexual abuse is very much still a problem in the church, and they haven't seemed to be doing anything about it. I think that's the biggest problem that I would hope any Pope is going to solve. That should be their number one priority, is protecting kids. Yeah, so hopefully he gets on that really quick.
Definitely one of the primary ones that is on what I would like to see happen is just the abuse.
Has he made any comment regarding that in the past that you know of, Buddy?
Yeah.
He has. What's been his opinion on that abuse then that's taken place?
Just the way that the church has buried the treatment of, minors and younger people in the church.
Condemning it.
That is something that I would like to see brought to light.
But has he made comment on these previously that you know of?
I am honestly not terribly well aware of any of their position, but I would be very much interested in seeing how this gets addressed.
Yeah, so what is it specifically then? What is it specifically said that has kind of made you, rather than just kind of appearing to be progressive, what has he specifically said that's kind of led you to think this guy could be a good pope? He's very progressive. He might kind of change out the shape of the church moving forward.
And to be perfectly honest, I don't know. He's very recently been put into this position. Ultimately, it's up to him to make that move. But at the same point, what I have seen so far is that he's said stuff that makes an orange person quite upset. I'm okay with that.
Is upsetting somebody who's in power, regardless of their political spin, is that enough to kind of give us confidence that the guy is actually progressive and may make changes for the positive, what we would consider positive from a kind of perspective of humanism?
That's a very good question. It's not a great baseline, but as an overall, it's a good place to start. And specifically, like, if you've been outside is a very scary place recently.
Yeah, so I was going to ask the same question that Richard asked, was just because you upset the orange one, does that make you qualified for people to listen to you? And I would say, probably not. I really want to see a pope. Progressive maybe not be the right word that is going to that people would appreciate that aren't atheists, but someone who's going to let people love who they want to love, who's going to let people live the lives that they want to live, whether it's Catholic or Christian or not, that he's going to preach what I think are the most important things that Jesus taught, that to love one another and to serve your neighbor and to love your neighbor and to help other people that are around you. And I hope that he doesn't continue to, I shouldn't say continue, but I hope that he doesn't try to double down on intolerance and on the historical, ideologies of Christianity, where the dogmatic aspect, where things have to be a certain way, and that he can lead people to be more loving and more accepting of the people around them. That's what I'd like to see from a pope, or from any religious leader, honestly.
Yeah, and that's exactly the kind of thing that I hope he would do. But he's just getting started, so we still gotta give him a little bit of leeway to do what he's gonna do, and hopefully it's gonna be a good thing.
Hopefully.
I hope it is. I'm not going to lie. I'm not confident.
Beyond that will be proper for the after show. So I will let you guys get on to another caller.
All right.
Okay, buddy. Thanks for your call. We appreciate it. I think for me, I think it's I think for me, it's important to kind of get this this idea of progressive. What does that actually mean? Just making noises about someone being progressive doesn't demonstrate for me that we've got a progressive guy coming in who's going to make a real difference to things. That will have to be shown out in his actions. And the Catholic Church, from my understanding of there's many denominations of Christianity. The Catholic Church is not up there with the most progressive of them. And I think, coming in, you upsetting the apple cart in an organization such as that, being progressive in an organization such as that might be a long way off what I would consider being a progressive person. Aaron, what do you think on that?
No, I totally agree. I think you can only be the organization that you're a part of can only let you be so progressive. There's a factor in the Catholic Church on how progressive you can be. I used to be Mormon, and it's the same thing in the Mormon Church. No matter how progressive a leader in the Mormon Church wants to be, there's only so much the church, the other leaders that you have to work with. I'm assuming it's the same with the Pope. He may want to make sweeping changes, but he's still going to be responsible to be held accountable by the other cardinals, by the other members of the church. And if you get too progressive, you may lose members, and then you lose butts and seats. And so I hate to say it, but if you're sitting at the top, it's a calculus that you have to do. How progressive can I be and still maintain our power, our influence, our butts and seats, our tithing, those kinds of things, unfortunately.